He has apologised for those comments, saying he has never assaulted women and it was just locker room banter. Now, others believe his comments normalise what amounts to sexual assault. I have to say, when I heard this, and then I heard people defending, or him saying, oh, it's just locker room banter, and then other men saying it's just locker room banter. Well, that's what guys do. I was actually outraged for my husband and all good guys out there, exactly. Because my husband, never ever would you hear him making comments like that about women, whether he was at a bar, in a locker room, anywhere, and I just thought it was disgusting.
Yeah, don't tar all men with the same brush.
And then I saw Nigel Farage, why he's involved, God only knows, but he was then saying, look, everyone knows that's just what guys do. And I go, not my guy.
He's been advising Donald Trump on his media image. That's gone well, isn't it?
God, I mean, I just thought it was such, you know, tarring all men with this brush. It's like, that's what men
They're all
about.
Animals that just can't control themselves. No. Sorry, that's not the case. I mean, Mark, I was just talking to Mark this morning, he said he was devastated that he seems like he wriggled his way out of it last night in the debate. Obviously, it was late, none of us saw it. But I think it's really important that we keep having the discussion because it's not okay.
No.
This is not okay. This kind of... Give it the backroom banter title. It's not okay. I'm disgusted that my daughters are having to hear all of this that's going on and men defending other men. Well, and a lot of women defending his behaviour.
Well, there were women defending him this morning in the news bulletins that I saw. And if you say that it's not okay, one woman has been so outraged by Trump's comments, she's actually started an online campaign with the hashtag not okay, and she's asking women to share their first experiences of sexual assault, well, and maybe unwanted sexual advances, because sometimes even the word assault, you think, oh, are they asking me, have I ever been raped? We're talking about somebody putting their hand a little bit too lingeringly on your knee, or shifting it up near your skirt, or rubbing you inappropriately when you haven't asked for that.
By the time you've sort of thought, oh, this is happening, you're kind of trying to process it in your mind, and you know, that's the trouble with this Trump thing. He's utterly vile, and his attitude to women is just that they are a piece of meat there for him to do as he wishes. And that does filter down. And this is, you know, this is a 60-something-year-old man. He should know better. And it filters down, and there is that thing where there's that thing in life where somebody's a bit overly touchy with you, and it's just a little bit too uncomfortable, and you're thinking, if I say something, am I going to look really po-faced? You know, they go, oh,
but also
lighten up,
you couldn't call that sexual assault. Say if I did that to you.
It's quite nice.
No, but if I did that to you as a man, that wouldn't be deemed as sexual. But if you got that with that intention,
but again,
what that meant, and it makes you recoil and feel uncomfortable.
But it's about if you're in a room on your own with a man and they do that, it's so much more damning than if they're in a big room full of people going, oh, itsy bitsy spider, or whatever. Well, it's so complex.
She has had. We're saying she was talking about her own experiences of this, and just put this thing saying, you know, share your experiences. Hashtag it's not okay.
Brilliant.
She's had 10 million responses, and she was getting 2 tweets per second, and a lot of the women had more than one story, and we were talking about kind of experiences, whether it's in the workplace, whether it was when you were younger, just people rubbing up against you the wrong way. And like Jane said, you found yourself that by the time you've gone, oh, I'm a bit uncomfortable with that. Did he just do what I think he did? It's done. And then afterwards you think, I didn't say anything then, and then if it happens again, or sometimes you laugh it off. You know, like you go,
that's the beginning of a numbskull guy thinking, oh, it's okay.
She didn't mind.
Because she didn't mind. And then she won't mind if I do this. And that's what I love this campaign. What about... We have to say it very loudly all the time. It's not okay.
What about in or both of you actors? I mean, you know, we all hear at the casting couch, you know, people saying, well, come and have dinner, or we'll talk about your next role. You know, when you're young, it's very easy to get swept into situations, isn't it?
I'd never do the whole casting couch, and I never have. But, I mean, there is a situation for me, personally, because I have always played, like, the tart with the heart, the very overconfident female. So, for example, I would be on an aeroplane, and I'll be walking, say, to aisle 17, and all of a sudden, the blokes will go, whoa, whoa, oh, well, no, that's not okay. No. You can't do that because I am...
Would you say that?
But do you say it?
I do.
Yeah,
I go bonkers because they think that I am that character. Now, Mandy Dingle would knock them out, you know, but me as me, obviously, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I just think it's dreadful where, you know, if you worked in a bank, like you said, at what point when they're... You know when someone's lingering and, you know, I have quite bad spatial awareness issues anyway. I don't want someone in my space and I think we have a right, male or female, to say, no, get out of my space.
And when you react like that, do they then go, oh, I was only having a laugh? No, they don't. How do they react when you say that?
Stunned. And the one I get all the time is, oh, you're quite boring in real life. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just not the characters I play.
I was just looking at some of the examples of this hashtag, it's not okay. Somebody's saying here, a man grabbed my lady's part, I can't say on here, while I was out running with my parents and parents and strollers and kids in prams around. They said absolutely just grabbed me as I went past. And then Josh has said, a big thank you to Kelly Oxford, this is the woman who started this hashtag, for inspiring me to have this conversation with my boys today. And I have to say, as a mother of a son, I think that's really important, that we're teaching young boys it's not okay. You can't do that to girls. You can't pat their bottoms or rub up against them in a way that makes them uncomfortable. If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.